Hello everybody, this is the UFC 317, aftermath video. So look, hey, the picks went alright. The picks went alright. So in my last video I covered Lima versus Talbot, Dariush versus Moicano, um, Pantoja versus Kakara France, Royval Van, and Oliveira Topuria. So let's get into it. I picked Peyton Talbot to win against Felipe Lima. I thought he was going to not shock the world, but show the world who he was. And his grappling improvements have been crazy, man. He was Granby rolling everywhere, He was, hitting reversals, it was just unreal to watch. Now, Felipe Lima is also a stud, man. This guy's a fucking warrior, too. Like, Felipe Lima was actually, he was shooting takedowns and grappling, but I thought he was having success on the feet. He was cracking Peyton Talbot with some nice 1-2s. So I was a little confused when he started shooting and trying to mix in grappling. But I guess Peyton Talbot's like knockout artist kind of aura is always there. So it makes sense why Lima chose to grapple even when he was finding success. I think the game plan for him was to use his striking to create grappling, to create scrambles in which he can try and take Peyton Talbot's back, things like that. Because I think there was that there is always that threat of Peyton Talbot on the feet, and how he could just snipe you just right hand down the pipe. So that was a fucking great fight. That was a great fight. And yeah, I got that one right, baby. I knew Peyton Talbot was gonna come. Well, I didn't know, but I thought Peyton Talbot would come back, and and he reminded everyone, why he was such a highly rated prospect. And his next fight, he's going to be a huge betting favorite. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, especially now that his grappling's improved so much. And Rowdy Barcelos grapple fucked him in January. That was only 6 months ago. And shit, man. Peyton Talbot's just come out and gotten so much better already. And Diego Lima, what a warrior too, man. Even though he lost, as soon as he heard Peyton Talbot's name get called, he fell on his knees, thank God, thank Jesus, went up to Peyton Talbot, shook his hand, shook his team's hand, then walked out. It's a simple, good warrior right there, No theatrics, no fuck, I should have won that. He's not angry about the loss, he just accepted it, It's very stoic of him. It was very Marcus Aurelius-like. So that was nice to see. I rate both of those guys really highly. And I'm going to be betting on Diego Lima in his next fight. The next fight on the card that I predicted was Dariush Moicano. And my boy Benny got it done. Got it done by decision. And when Moicano dropped him in that first round, I had a fucking heart attack, bro. I was like, shit, bro. But Benny got it done. All right. Now, his kicks were going crazy that fight. He would have won round one if Moicano didn't drop him towards the end. Because Benny was lighting Moicano's body up, his legs up, just with kicks. His kicks looked so clean and sharp. Now, Benny did look a bit slow in there, just with his hands. But he hasn't fought in so long, coming off 2 back-to-back knockout losses. I think he had a pretty good performance for his situation, for his circumstance. And everyone was saying Moicano was going to come in and knock him out. And Moicano's a great fighter, man. But, I felt Dariush was better just in pretty much all aspects. I thought the only reason why Moicano could win was because of the momentum carrying him in. And, because of his past few performances that have been good. And, octagon time. He's been in there, 3 or 4 times already since Dariush has fought. And when I say momentum, I mean, just everyone knowing him, his name being out there, everyone knowing who Money Moicano is. Because I know he just got subbed by Islam in the first round in January. But, before that, it was BSD, and, he did a number on BSD. So, yeah, Moicano had momentum. And boy, did it show when he knocked him down with that right hand. That showed. But Benny rallied. He came back and he won round 2 pretty convincingly. Round 3 was like kind of boring. Honestly, neither of them did too much to take it there. Benny got like a little takedown, got Renato's like back without hooks in, and yeah, kind of just was more active. You know what I mean? Like Benny didn't take that round. Like he didn't grab it by the scruff of the neck and win it. He did just enough to secure it. He secured it, but he didn't grab it. He was just more active. Like, doing the little things that would win him the round. Throwing the jab, throwing the 2, leg kick, body kick. So, yeah, Benny Dariush gets it done by decision. It's good to see him back in the win column too, man. He seems like such a nice bloke. And he is actually a good fighter. So it's nice to see him back in the win column. I am sad that it comes at Moicano's expense, but hey, it is what it is. Royval versus Van. Now this is... what a banger that was, bro. Man, I'm not going to lie, I couldn't fully enjoy that fight. Because I was so scared for Royval. Because I had so much money on Royval. I really truly thought Royval was the lock of the card. And out of the 5 predictions that I did for the main card, this one was the only one that lost. And it really sucks, man, because I thought this would for sure be the lock of the card. I thought Royval was too big a step up in competition for Van. And boy, was I wrong. Holy shit, was I wrong. Like, Van is real, bro. Oh shit. He's only been training 5 years, apparently. Only 5 years. He's 23 years old, and he's in line to fight Pantoja for the belt. Like, bro, like you see Pantoja in his post-fight presser said when he was 23, he was washing dishes, Man, and I'll get to Pantoja in a minute, but holy shit, man, Joshua Van, proven me wrong, proven fucking all his haters wrong, or maybe not haters, but people who thought that Royval might have been too good for him. Now, I was a little confused there by Royval's game plan, because he just wanted to bang with Van, and that whole time I was kind of like, bro, can you please shoot a takedown? Yeah, man, Royval, it seemed like every time Van landed a good, clean combo, Royval would kind of take the wind out of the sails by just coming back and throwing everything, like he'd just come back, bang, 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 bang. And Royval is like such a volume striker, like he'll hit you, and he'll hit you hard, but like not knockout hard. Not like Van hits you. Van, he just picks his shots so nicely. His shot selection is so consistently nice, and like almost all of his strikes are significant strikes. You know what I mean? Like, man, he just watching this guy is like, it's like art. It actually is like art. His boxing is something else. And then in the 3rd round, when he was using that the oblique kick to Royval's knee, man, that was such a nice adjustment. That's championship caliber adjustment. Because he sees Royval's pushing forward, pushing the face. So he's going to break him down. He's going to stop the momentum. He's going to stop the rhythm, by bang, breaking down Royval's knee with that oblique kick. And, man, it's just beautiful to watch. It's just beautiful to watch. And that was a war, though. And Royval fought well. He fought well. I thought he could have mixed it up a bit with the grappling. I thought that's what he would do. But he didn't. And even without it, he was a dog, man. And when Van landed a good combo, Royval kind of made it seem like it was less than what it was. So like Van would land like a fucking good 1-2 that probably really hurt. But Royval would make it seem like it wasn't that big. And he'd kind of steal the moment out of the moment by just countering and going back and just throwing shit and then tagging Van as well. So everything that Van did, he kind of made it seem a little inconsequential because he would just come back and return fire. And that worked out for him well until the last 10 seconds of round 3. And yeah, the judges are probably pretty glad that Van got that knockdown because that was going to be a real close fight to score. And no matter what, you'd have people going both ways. But Van got it done, man. Holy shit. Now, there was one judge that scored it 30-27 for Van. I think Royval stole the 2nd round. I think Royval got at least 1 round for sure. But Van won that fight convincingly. Um, oh shit, man. Um, yeah. No, Joshua Van. What a fighter! What a fighter! Um, yeah, but that's not how it's gonna go with Pantoja. Pantoja's gonna do some horrible things to him. You know, yeah. The cannibal doesn't care. You know who you are, who you beat, man. He only what you taste like, and yeah, like we just saw what he did to Kaikara. Like, fuck. Like, man, that wasn't even competitive. So anyway, I got Royval versus Van wrong. Royval lost. Van proved everyone wrong that was doubting him. And in the process of doing that, lost me a lot of money. But hey, that's the game, isn't it? So, Pantoja versus Kaikara France. Man, you know, Kaikara France looked locked in. He looked like he wanted to finish the fight. You know, like, and I'm saying before they stepped in the octagon, like, I could just feel like the confidence rolling off him, and I really thought that shit, man, he could. There is a chance that he could catch Pantoja, you know, because he's got power. He's got fucking power. But my boy Pantoja rolled straight through him, took his back round one, put on that body triangle, and literally just smothered him. And it wasn't like a boring smothering. It was like more the kind where you feel sorry for like Kaikara. And not in like a pitiful way, but it just like, shit, man, like there is nothing you can do here and you're just going to have to ride the round out. And even Pantoja on the striking was still like he was still lighting him up. And Kaikara, he found his feet in round two. He landed some shots, but Pantoja just mixes it up so well. You know, in the first round already, like when he took him down, like within the first minute, Kaikara like got too comfortable throwing and he overextended. Then Pantoja level change, bang. Next thing you know, Kaikara's got his back taken, and then Pantoja gets the hooks in. You know, because Pantoja pulled him down on top of him, but didn't get the hooks in until like 15 seconds later when he took him down. But yeah, man, and then in the third round, Kaikara just lost track of Pantoja's left arm. Pantoja gets it over here, and from there it was pretty much wraps. I thought Kaikara might actually escape that because he was pulling Pantoja's hand off, the top hand. He was pulling it off a lot, and I didn't think Pantoja could actually lock it up because he couldn't properly get it behind Kaikara's head, but eventually he did, and yeah, Kaikara held out for as long as he could, and then eventually, you know, when he was about to go out, yeah, he tapped, and that was it. You know, I'm Australian, so yeah, you know, seeing like a New Zealander lose is, you know, like Kaikara, like, you know, he's kind of wanted him to win a bit, but I did pick Pantoja. I thought Pantoja would get the job done, and he did. He did, by submission. Classic rear naked choke from Pantoja. Just like he did against Asakura, man. Except he didn't. I think he finished Kakara with the figure 4 grip and not the cable grip. But yeah, man, fuck. He's dangerous. He's fucking dangerous, the cannibal. So, that's... I think I'm 3 for 4 right now on my picks. And then now, Ilia versus Charles. Fuck, man. I'm not gonna lie. When the KO happened, I've never had like a jaw-dropping moment in my life before. You know, where like you know, I thought people who did that kind of just always wanted like attention. You know what I mean? I was like, come on, you can't really be that shocked by like whatever's happened. You know, like there you go, and you just like lose like your awareness or whatever. That was the first jaw-dropping moment I've ever had in my life where I just I could barely comprehend it. Like I just watched it happen and I was like, you know, like, for a second I thought he just got dropped and I was like, okay, shit, you know, he's pulling guard now. And then I saw his knees fold and, fuck, man, it just happened so quickly, you know. I couldn't believe it because no one's done Charles like that before, and then he just got done like that. Yeah, I've been a big Charles Oliveira fan for a while, and I'm not gonna lie, like, yeah, yesterday was a tough day, man. You know, because he's a role model for me, man. He's one of the reasons. He's pretty much the reason that I got into jiu-jitsu. Fuck, to see him get folded like that was something different, man. And I'm not gonna lie, man. Before the fight, like, I know my feelings are different. I'm completely indifferent to the fight, but before the fight, I felt like Ilia was gonna win. Like, I kind of felt like, fuck, like, Oliveira's gonna lose. And then when I heard Ilia's walk out, at first I heard the bells ringing, and I was like, fuck, bro, no, he's oh, it was just, bro. I thought Ilia was gonna win, yeah. I'm just gonna put it that way, man. Fuck, man. But I didn't think he would do it in that fashion that quick. You know, like, I mean, everyone knew this fight wasn't going to decision, but you know, I didn't think it would happen like that. You know, in such a brutal fashion. Charles was already out from that right hand. You know, he was fearless. He walked in the pocket with Ilia. He didn't care. He was fearless with that. You know, he went in there. You know, he was like, you know, I'm the champion. I'm the former champion. This is my division, and he got caught by that right hand. Bang. So he was out already. He was out. And then on the way down, Ilia catches him with a left hook. Bang. Now he's double out. And it wasn't like Brian Ortega versus Diego Lopez when Brian Ortega woke up, you know, midair from the no. Charles was out fully, man, and then he goes down, 2 hammer fists to his already unconscious body. You know, that was something else, man. That was fucking painful to watch, and I know the rest of the MMA community didn't want to watch that either. Fuck, man, but I did tell you guys to take the fight, to bet on it by finish. Bet on either of the fighters by finish, if you like. But the official bet for this fight was to bet the fight to not go the distance, to end in a finish. And yeah, that is what happened. That is what happened. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I bet on Charles. Oh fuck, man! I lost so much money on Charles. I knew it wasn't. I knew Ilia was gonna win, man. But I had to go down with my boy, you know. And if he somehow won, I would never forgive myself for not putting money on Charles. But yeah, it was either, you know, win with Charles or lose with Charles, and I lost with Charles. But that wasn't, you know, like a prediction thing. That was a personal decision that I made. That it wasn't a statistical decision like the rest of the bets. So yeah, officially I went 4 for 5 this weekend. I'm sorry about the Royval pick. Hey, but that hair was so sorry, not that game. The fight was so close. That fight was so close, bro. Until he got dropped, that fight was so close. So I could have gone 5 for 5 if Royval didn't get dropped, but he did. And Josh Van is fucking that good. So yeah, that's it. That's the weekend recap. R.I.P. Charles. Yeah, pray for him, man, because that was a nasty knockout. And for Jack Hermanson, man, that was nasty. That was fucking nasty. I didn't predict that fight because I forgot it was on the. Oh no, it was a prelim cut. That was a prelim fight. I think that was the featured prelim. Yeah, but anyway, shit, man. That is the prediction. Thanks for tuning in.